with Sarah Wallace, Mark Stevens with sports, Veronica Johnson with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast, and the Eyewitness News team. Now, Eyewitness News.
It is fit for neither man nor beast. The blizzard of 1996 is on, and it is threatening to be the worst snowstorm ever in the history of our area. Good evening, I'm Sarah Wallace. A state of emergency is now in effect in New York and New Jersey, and life as we know it is virtually at a standstill. The blizzard of 96 threatens to break snowstorm records a half-century old, and we have a lot of information to bring you. Central Park may look like a winter wonderland, but the National Weather Service says that we could see more than 2 feet of snow by tomorrow afternoon. Late this afternoon, Newark Airport shut down, joining Kennedy and LaGuardia. The airports are not expected to reopen until tomorrow afternoon at the earliest. In Mount Kisco in Westchester County, only kids with sleds seem to be enjoying this storm. For everyone else, there are lots of problems. Sam Champion joins us now with the very latest. Sam?
Well, Sarah, we've got a blizzard warning out for the entire area, and we have some new snowfall totals in. Central Park measuring 8 to 9 inches of snow, and we are at the peak of this thing where we're getting 3 to 4 inches of snow per hour. That just moments ago. Elizabeth, New Jersey, that makes it about 11 inches there. Morristown, anywhere from 12 to 14 inches of snow. Islip coming in with 6 inches of snow, and Greenwich to Bridgeport, that area in Fairfield County right through here, coming in with much less snow. Right at this hour, just anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. Now, again, the blizzard warning is in effect for the entire area. Heavy snow is expected to get even in the northern fringes, though right now it's much more dramatic snowfall down to the south and central areas of New Jersey. There's also a coastal flood and gale warning out for the entire area. We've got this strong offshore storm that will push winds in excess of 30 to 60 miles per hour up against the coastline. 14 to 21 degrees, that's the number outside our doors right now. Wind chills, which will be a problem all night long, and in some cases, again, 30 below zero expected wind chill. Right now, we're running anywhere from 18 to 21 degrees below zero. That's what it feels like when you step outside. Let's look at the revised storm track of this area of low pressure. And again, it's an elongated area of low pressure that's putting itself together just off the Carolina coastline. And it's taken some time to do that. So things seem to have slowed a bit, but certainly not the rate of snowfall. We will still take this storm just off the coastline, passing near Cape Cod early in the morning. That would put a good solid hit of snow. Now, there does seem to be a dry patch of air underneath. Doesn't mean the snow will slow down. We'll certainly be back to tell you about that during the body of the show, during the weather forecast. But right now, we've got more pressing issues like what is going on out there. Sarah?
All right, Sam, thank you. We have a lot of reporters out there covering this storm from New Jersey to Long Island. We begin with J.D. Dapper, who is struggling through the snow now in Lower Manhattan. J.D.?
Well, Sarah, we are in Lower Manhattan. Earlier, we were in the West Village. We have moved around the city a little bit, but it's tough to get around, so we haven't tried to do too much traveling. But leave it to New Yorkers to figure out a way to deal with this snow and to make something of it. We have seen people on skis today. We've seen people out walking around, going to the market, doing all kinds of things. What they haven't been doing much of is driving, and that's a good thing because the roads, when you can find them underneath all the snow, are very slick. And in a lot of places, the plows haven't gotten to them. The plows just trying to keep up with the major roads. This particular shot was at about 3 o'clock. There was another plow that came back about an hour and a half later and was pushing an entire plow load of snow out of the way. That's how much it snowed in about an hour and a half. Still, people are coping with it as best as they can here in the city. It's obviously a much different situation in other places, a much different situation where people have to drive. Right now in Lower Manhattan, if we come back to a live picture, I'll show you this. The snow is drifting, and take a look at how much snow we have just here where it's drifting. Easily a foot of snow here. A lot of the drifts are even higher than this. A lot of snow out, a lot of drifting, very bad conditions. If you got to go out, obviously the only way to do it is to walk, and you don't want to be out for very long. We've talked to some people who have had some wind chill problems, some frostbite problems, so you want to bundle up if you do have to go out. But I think your time to be out and about and all this is over. Time to go home, stay in until this subsides. We're live in Lower Manhattan. J.D. Dapper, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Absolutely, J.D. Good advice. Trouble in New York and trouble in New Jersey. The snow buildup there has been so vicious that Governor Whitman has put all of New Jersey under a state of emergency. Eddie Aruza is live for us right now in Sayreville. Eddie?
Well, Sarah, we've been out here since early this morning. We went down part of the coast this morning, and the snow had been falling since around midnight. The streets were covered by early this morning, and it has not let up in the entire since about midnight. It's been falling at a rate about 2 to 3 to 4 inches an hour, and as the day has progressed, more motorists have come onto the roadway. A lot of people thinking that they're going to be able to make it through this snow, coming home from wherever they were over the weekend, but it's just not happening. A lot of people are stopping here at the Cheesequake rest stop in Sayreville. They're not sure if they can go much further. This just may end up being an emergency shelter for a lot of people overnight. As we went up and down the Garden State Parkway today, there were a lot of stalled vehicles, a lot of people that had been stranded by the side of the road. This all started, as I said, a little after midnight. It's been pounding New Jersey for about 18 hours. It was dangerous this morning, and things have only gotten progressively worse. On the Garden State Parkway this afternoon, it was impossible to tell where the roadway ended and the berm began, and more than a few motorists fell victim to the whiteout conditions.
It's brutal. You can't see more than your hand in front of you, hardly. It's pretty beastly out there.
The great blizzard of '96 began a little after midnight as a dusting of snow in New Jersey, but by sunup, the relentless snowfall began overtaking roadways.
We thought we were going to beat it, but we didn't.
Along the Jersey shore, officials began watching the skies as well as the surf, with the threats of coastal flooding looming.
We've notified our residents to move all their vehicles from downtown up to the municipal lot up here with high ground, and if it really starts to get bad, then we'll notify them.
Notify them to evacuate.
If we have to.
And as the inches started piling up, there was a run on many food stores, winter supplies being among the first items depleted from the shelves.
Snow shovels are sold out. You know, people getting scared, and they're reacting to the storm.
Basically, I didn't think anyone else would be here, so came out, and it's crazy.
By early afternoon, Governor Christine Whitman had declared a state of emergency for New Jersey as plows tried futilely to clear the turnpike, while at Newark Airport, canceled flights accumulated as fast as the snow. Well, as you can see, the snow is still falling out here, and another problem is drifting snow. We've seen a lot of plows trying to get the snow off roadways to no avail. It just keeps blowing right back on there. We are live in Sayreville. Eddie Aruza, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
A very dangerous situation, Eddie. Thank you. Now, throughout the day, we have been telling you about things shut down because of the blizzard, and we do want to give you a list now of the most important closings. Harry Martin is in the newsroom right now with more. Harry?
That's right, Sarah. These closings seem to be piling up just about as fast as the snow, but here's what we have so far. These are closings and also the state of conditions around the tri-state area as far as the snow is concerned. Let's get to it. There is a state of emergency in downstate New York. There's also a state of emergency in New Jersey. The Port Authority is calling for a weather emergency. That means essential personnel are supposed to report to work. They're going to be on 12-hour shifts. LaGuardia, Kennedy, and Newark airports are now closed. New York City has also declared a snow emergency. That means you have to be off the snow emergency routes. In Suffolk County, there's a snow emergency. It's also the case in Nassau County. There is a state of emergency there, and they may be calling in the National Guard in those two counties. On Monday, all New York City schools are closed. The Queens and the Brooklyn libraries are closed as a result of this blizzard, and St. John's University, all classes have been canceled. As far as the suspensions, as far as transit is concerned, there are suspensions on the Long Island Railroad on the Long Beach, Far Rockaway, Hempstead, and West Hempstead lines. And that's pretty much the story so far as the suspensions and also closings are concerned. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Harry, thank you. If you are thinking about driving, the word is don't. And if you need proof to convince you to stay off the roads, Metro Traffic John Del Giorno is about to give it to us. He's live with details. John?
Sarah, we've been discussing all afternoon about the bridges and how bad they're going to be this afternoon. And as it gets into this evening, as the wind kicks up, we have had some problems. Now hearing that the inbound lower level of the George Washington Bridge is closed along with your approach from the Palisades Parkway, and that is due to some icy conditions. You have to go upstairs. Now, taking it over to the trains, if you're traveling Long Island Railroad, still suspended. Long Beach, Far Rockaway, Hempstead, and West Hempstead branches are all suspended, and that will last until further notice. New Jersey Transit, so far so good tonight, but they will be operating on a weekend schedule tomorrow. PATH trains are running with 20-minute delays now due to the weather, and now the New York City Transit Authority reporting that the A train suspended both ways in the Rockaways, along with the L line. That is suspended for its entire length, and that is all due to the weather. For Eyewitness News, I'm John Del Giorno.
Several everywhere. Thank you, John. Well, we'll have much more ahead as the blizzard flows through. We're going to take you on a wild trip through the city. Our David Ushery has been gauging travel, and it is not a pretty sight. And just when the politicians reopen Washington, snow shuts it down. We're going to show you how the rest of the nation is being affected. Stay with us. Our coverage of the blizzard of '96 continues in just